An F1 shockwave is brewing. A rising star has reportedly caught Red Bull's eye, and it could mean the end of Yuki Tsunoda's journey with the team. What's happening behind the scenes and who's stepping into the spotlight? Stick around because what we're about to uncover might just change everything for the 2025 driver market. Welcome back to Fuel Up Daily, your ultimate source for everything Formula One. If you love fast news, fast cars, and deep F1 breakdowns, hit that subscribe button now so you never miss an update. Let's get right into it. Red Bull Racing has long been a powerhouse in Formula One, aggressive, dominant, and deeply strategic. But behind every successful team lies an even more intricate driver development machine. From Sebastian Vettel's breakout to Max Verstappen's rise, Red Bull's eye for talent is legendary. Yet in 2025, the landscape is shifting. Red Bull's sister team, now branded as Visa Cash App RB, VCARB, has traditionally served as a proving ground for young talent. Yuki Tsunoda has been part of that experiment since 2021. 4 seasons in, and while he's shown flashes of brilliance, sources within the paddock, and recent media reports suggest the higher-ups might be losing faith. Downward trend, why? Well, the numbers paint a telling story. Tsunoda has yet to secure a podium finish, and in qualifying battles, he's often edged out by his teammates. While fans appreciate his raw aggression and personality, consistency and leadership, 2 qualities Red Bull seeks for potential promotion remain in question. But what really ignited rumors was Helmut Marko's recent comment. The outspoken Red Bull advisor didn't hold back when asked about Tsunoda's future. Tsunoda is quick, but being quick isn't enough in today's F1. He still needs to mature as a complete package. Ouch, and that brings us to the breaking point. Enter the new contender, Liam Lawson. Yes, the young New Zealander who stunned everyone during his substitute stint in 2023 after Daniel Ricciardo was sidelined with a hand injury. Lawson's performances in those few races left a lasting impression. Cool under pressure, sharp in racecraft, and fluent with team strategy, Lawson looked like a seasoned driver from day one. Here's what stood out. He outqualified Tsunoda in just his second race. He brought home solid points finishes despite limited preparation. And, perhaps most importantly, he communicated clearly, giving engineers exactly what they needed lap after lap. Red Bull likes drivers who don't just drive fast. They demand drivers who can build a car, lead feedback loops, and stay laser-focused under pressure. In Lawson, they see a future Verstappen-like figure, especially in temperament. And according to recent leaks, Red Bull may already be finalizing a 2026 contract for Lawson, which could start with a full-time return to the V-Carb seat by mid-2025. If you're enjoying these insights, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates just like this. We go deeper into the F1 garage than anyone else out there. So, let's take a moment to explore Tsunoda's journey in more detail. Brought in by Honda support, Yuki was hyped as the next big thing from Japan. Blending fearless overtakes with raw speed, his debut season in 2021 was a roller coaster, ending with a career-best P4 in Abu Dhabi. Expectations soared, but with great hype comes great scrutiny. From 2022 onwards, cracks began to show. Penalties for track limits and collisions became frequent. Radio outbursts hinted at frustration and immaturity. And most damaging of all, the consistency Red Bull craved never fully developed. Despite efforts from AlphaTauri, as it was then known, to provide a stable learning curve, including pairing him with veterans like Pierre Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo, Tsunoda hasn't yet demonstrated that he's ready to lead a team. Meanwhile, Red Bull has no shortage of options, and patience is running thin. Could we see Tsunoda pushed out of the Red Bull ecosystem entirely? It's possible. And the bigger twist? Honda's own shift to Aston Martin in 2026 might eliminate the very support structure that brought him into F1 in the first place. It's not just Lawson waiting in the wings. Red Bull's driver academy remains one of the deepest in motorsport, and several talents are eyeing the next big step. Isaac Hadjar has been lighting up the Formula 2 grid, showing signs of a mature racer with precise control. Ayumu Iwasa is another Honda-backed driver with aggressive skill, though still a step behind in overall racecraft. And don't forget Dennis Hauger, who's steadily climbing the ranks with back-to-back impressive results. The point? Red Bull never stops looking forward. If Tsunoda doesn't lock down his claim now, he'll be surrounded by hungry lions, each waiting for their turn in the spotlight. That makes the second half of the season absolutely crucial for him. If you think the 2025 driver market is heating up, just wait till you hear what's next. Subscribe now, because the drama isn't slowing down anytime soon. Here's where things get really interesting. 2026 marks a major shift in F1 regulations. New power units, new aerodynamic rules, and new partnerships. For Red Bull, this is more than just swapping parts. It's redefining their long-term strategy. And that's why driver selection is critical now more than ever. Do they want a reliable second fiddle to Verstappen? Someone who will play the Bottas to Hamilton role? Or are they grooming a future team leader in case Max walks away after 2028? Many believe Red Bull is laying groundwork early. Liam Lawson is seen not just as a short-term backup, but as a possible future lead, a Verstappen 2.0 in attitude and adaptability. By contrast, Tsunoda has struggled to step out of the support driver shadow, a place Red Bull is clearly ready to move past. The F1 community is buzzing. Social media has been flooded with passionate takes. Some fans argue Tsunoda deserves one more full season to prove himself, while others believe Red Bull should have promoted Lawson after his 2023 performances. Christian Horner recently said, "We have to constantly evaluate our drivers, and Red Bull is about results, not just potential." And Franz Tost, Tsunoda's former team boss, had once noted, "Yuki has the talent, but he needs to calm down in the car and channel that energy constructively." Still, there's empathy for Tsunoda. F1 is brutal. One mistake can cost a career. And 4 seasons without a podium makes your seat very vulnerable, no matter how many fans you have or how vocal your personality is. So, where does this dramatic Red Bull shakeup really leave us? From the outside, it might seem like a simple case of replacing one young driver with another, but if you look closer, it's a strategic power move from a team always thinking 5 steps ahead. Red Bull isn't just preparing for the next race, they're preparing for the next era. With Max Verstappen likely anchoring the team through 2028 and beyond, Red Bull is clearly refining its support system. They want drivers who are fast, but also strategic, sharp but consistent, bold but balanced, traits that Liam Lawson seems to offer in abundance, and traits that, unfortunately, Yuki Tsunoda hasn't yet consistently demonstrated. But here's the twist. It's not all doom and gloom for Yuki. There's still time. Formula One careers have been turned around in less than half a season before. All it takes is one breakout weekend, a wet weather masterclass, a lucky podium, or a dominant qualifying session to change the entire narrative. And let's not forget, the same paddock that whispers about your downfall can just as quickly sing your praises. Tsunoda's fiery nature, while controversial at times, is also part of what makes him a fan favorite. His raw honesty, emotional radio messages, and never-give-up attitude have earned him a loyal following. If he can harness that energy, channel it into racecraft and composure, or style, he still has a shot to silence his critics and rewrite his legacy. And what about Liam Lawson? The excitement around him is well-founded, but Formula One is ruthless. Many promising rookies have faded just as quickly as they arrived. If and when Lawson gets his full-time seat, the pressure will be immense. He'll be expected not just to compete, but to lead, inspire, and eventually deliver wins. As fans, we're privileged to witness this unfolding drama. A real-time chess match between rising stars, corporate politics, and championship ambitions. This isn't just about one seat. It's about the future of Red Bull racing, about Honda's exit and Aston Martin's rise, about which names will be etched into F1 history, and which will be footnotes in the margins. So as we gear up for the next few races, keep your eyes not just on the front of the grid, but on the midfield, where the battle for survival is often more intense than the fight for first. This is where futures are made. This is where careers are broken. And this is why we love Formula One. If you've enjoyed this in-depth breakdown, let us know by smashing that like button and dropping a comment with your thoughts. Who do you think deserves the seat? Tsunoda, Lawson, or someone else entirely? And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Fuel Up Daily, your daily dose of F1 news, drama, and analysis. With so much happening both on and off the track, you'll want to be first to know every twist, turn, and transfer. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and as always, stay fueled up on fire.